Hello, I'm the developer of No More Hope. This is a hive movement shooter inspired by 90s games and Power Rangers. To explain the UI, around the crosshair we can see the ammo counts the player has. The portrait in the white square is the life and armor. The armor is the yellow helmet, and the red face's expression represents the portion of health. The arrows on the top is a dash cooldown indicator. The dash refreshes after a wall jump. The star and the numbers represent the style meter that goes higher as the player does more actions that give him points, while avoiding things that reset the score. The player can score these points by killing enemies and using melee, and the score can get reset by taking damage and dry firing a weapon. The player can dash, jump and double jump, wall jump, slide and dive if that button is pressed in the air, and fly if she has armor. The main gimmick of this game is that the characters are stronger with armor, so the player wants to keep it up all the time. Depending on how much armor the player has, the more damage its melee attacks carry. To do different attacks, the player has to press forward or W in melee to parry an enemy projectile and add that ammo type to their reserve, back or S plus melee to do an upwards launcher that will send grounded enemies upwards. The player can gain more armor with the style points he gains. So styling is not just a matter of doing it as you're playing, you have to do it and avoid getting your score reset so you can keep getting your armor up and keep getting the bonuses. This is not the final form of the level, I just left it like this while I make the textures, but it will be a mall with a fountain in the middle. The red parts that you see me jump on are the jump pads. Right now there are 3 different types of enemies: spheres, cubes and cylinders. These shapes and names are going to be replaced by models with animations when I make them. The cubes and spheres shoot small projectiles, while the cylindrical ones shoot explosives. Spheres can get stunned, but the other enemies can, for you to do combos on them. For the future, I need to make the models, as I said, and touch up the weapons. I'm going to make textures for the arena, maybe make it a bit bigger. After those are done, I'll move on to the boss fights. When those are done, I'll actually make levels and organize everything into a campaign to show the story I wrote for the game as well. So yeah, that's the future. Thank you for watching. I'll plan to make more devlogs in the future, but don't expect them too frequently because I'd rather be working on the game than document every step of the way. I'm glad that you took your time out of your day to see this, and see you around.